الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد وصدق الله العظيم. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last and final messenger. And whoever Allah guides, no one can misguide. And whoever Allah misguides, no one can guide. All praises are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most kind, the most merciful. Brothers and sisters, guess what business is booming today? This business is not just booming in LA. This business isn't just booming in California. This business is booming every single place in the world. You step outside, every single corner you see there's a facility being made. There's a facility being constructed. When the facility is made, you walk inside, you say, you know what? I want to get enrolled into this place. But that facility is packed. You walk into another facility, you know what? Maybe I could try this one. It's packed. Then you say, you know what? Put me on the waiting list. You look at the waiting list, it's as thick as a book. What's that facility? What's that business that's booming everywhere? Senior citizen homes. Senior citizen homes. Why? I'm not going to sit here and act like it's a sugarcoat. Basically what people are doing, they're throwing their parents into these facilities just to wait for them to expire. Because they feel like once I grow up, once I start getting money, once I have children, once I have a life of my own, they're not my responsibility anymore. That you know what, I'm going to throw these in these facility homes and just wait for them. Maybe one day, maybe once a year, I'll go visit them. And once they expire, and once they pass away, I'll send flowers. And look at the day today. There's people that are fighting with their father. There's people yelling at their mother. Today in age, we have no respect for our father and our mother anymore. We have no respect for our father and mother anymore. In Bukhari, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he narrates that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, there'll be 3 du'as. There'll be 3 supplications without a doubt will always be accepted. A father who prays to his son, who makes dua for his son. A person who's traveling and he's on a journey. And a person who's oppressed. And a person who's oppressed. Yet people are taking their father to court, they're suing their fathers. They're kicking their fathers out of the house. As they forgot what their father did for them when they were getting young, when they were getting older. And this hadith is in Ibn Majah. Once a little boy comes up to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He says, Ya Rasulullah, my father keeps taking money from me. Imagine a little boy coming up complaining to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam about taking money from me. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam tells him, he says, come bring your father. So now when the boy leaves, he goes to get his father. Jibreel alayhi salam comes down. He says, Ya Rasulullah, when the father comes, ask the father, what was he whispering in his mouth? What was he whispering when he was on his way to come and see you? So now when the father comes to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, is it true what your son has told me? He says, Ya Rasulullah, it's true. But the reason why I'm doing it is not for bad, it's for good. I take all the money from him and give it to his aunt. His aunt is very poor, there's no one looking after him. So what I do is I get the money and I give it to her. I'm not doing anything bad, it's only for good. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he says, when you were coming here, you were whispering something. What were you whispering? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I made a poem for my son. He said, you know, when my son was getting older, I loved him so much. Even when he was a child. When he would get sick, I would feel like I got sick. When he was thirsty, I would make sure I was quench his thirst. When I was hungry, I would make sure I would feed him before I feed myself. And now I was thinking, you know what, once my son gets older, hopefully he can reward me by taking care of me, by honoring me, by respecting me. But my son, he rewarded me in a different way. He didn't respect me with honor. He didn't respect me with appreciativeness. What he did instead, he rewarded me with being rude to me. He rewarded me in just pushing me around, talking bad to me, talking down to me, as if I owed him something, but my son didn't owe me nothing. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked at the father, he started crying. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he looked at the boy, he grabbed him by his chest. He shook him. He says, everything that belongs to you and everything that you have, it belongs to you and your father. It belongs to you and your father. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He understands that we could do all the khidmat we want. We could take care of our parents all day and all night until our last breath. But it will never repay what our parents did for us. And Allah knows that. Even in Surah Isra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even says in the Quran, He made dua for us. Dua for us to give it to our parents. Saying that, you know what? I know you can't repay back your parents, but at least make dua for me so I can have mercy on them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Rabbi arhamhuma kama rabbayani saghiran. That says, oh Allah, have mercy on my parents as my parents had mercy on me when I was small. And yeah, look at how many times were you embarrassed when you go out in public. You're walking around with your mom. You know your mom is wearing a hijab, you know your mom is wearing a abaya. And you're afraid that people look at you and they put you on social media. There's a boy walking around with a ninja. There's a boy that he's walking around with his mom. Look at this guy. How many times you fought with your father? You pushed him around. You talked down to him. Yet your father did nothing insane. He didn't do anything to involve you with anything. Yet there's still people in this room that when they fight with their father, they're probably 15 years old, 20 years old, 10 years old. And when the father says, let's do it like this, you say, no, let's do it like this. As if you have more experience than your father. Well, your father's been in this world for 50, 60 years, and you only been in this world for 10 years. And you say, you know what, I have more experience. Who are you to say that? Wallahi, my brothers and sisters, go tonight, have a dream. Have a dream of anything you want to achieve in life. Have a dream of anything you want to achieve in life. And even in your dream that you're taking care of your parents. Because wallahi, right now I take a custom of Allah, you will never achieve anything in life without the du'as of your parents. You will not achieve anything. And when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he lost his mother, Hazrat Amina, she was buried in Al-Abwa. And now when she was buried on it was like a hill type of place. Probably like a little mountain. Now when the funeral was done, when the burial was being done, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he walks down the hill. When he walks down the hill, and with him was Ammayan. And who was that? She was one of the servants that was with the family of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She was a slave, bought by the father of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And what she would do is she would take care of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam when he was very young. So she would hold on to him and walk him down. And once they got to the bottom of the hill, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ran back up the hill. So she chased after him. And when she came back up the hill, she saw Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam hugging the grave of his mother, crying. And when she got closer to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what she heard was, oh mother, you know that there's no one here that can take care of me. Only you can take care of me. Where did you go that you left me here by myself? Where did you go that you left me here by myself? And as years passed on, as Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam got older, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was traveling with his companions. They were going back from Mecca to Medina. And when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam recognized the place, he had his caravan stop. The whole caravan stopped. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam looked at the grave of his mother. He got off the camel and he just sat there. He sat there and then he started crying. He started crying and all the Sahabis were looking at him. And they said that when they saw Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam crying, the way that he was crying, they started crying. They saw him shaking. And then Umar radiallahu anhu, he comes behind Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he hugs him. And he tries to keep him with comfort. He tries to take care of him. Tell him everything is okay. But my brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, everyone's going to leave you. Your so-called best friend, right? Your so-called best friend that you grew up with since high school, since middle school. All these people. Wallahi, when you don't have a house, when you have nothing, you're negative in your bank account, look for your best friend. Look for your friend. Look for that person that you said, you know what, I'll take a bullet for him. When you call that person and ask for help, he won't even answer your phone call. He'll turn off his phone. Why? Because he knows that you're in the need of help. You're in a state of depression. That you have nothing else to give. But look at the people who are still there for you. Your father and your mother. Even when you yelled at your mother, she was still there for you. Even when you yelled at your father, he was still there for you. What made you think that even though he yelled at you, even though you yelled at him, he still went to work the next day? Your mother still went to work the next day with the same motivation of saying, you know what, I still have to take care of him. Whatever happened last night, it doesn't matter. I still have to take care of my son. I still have to take care of my son. And yet, wallahi, ask the people in here who lost their mother or their father, what they would give up to get their mother or their father back in this world. They'll tell you they'll give up the whole world. They'll give the whole world for their mother to be back here. And then there'll be some people in here say, you know what? Wallahi, I wish I took care of my mother more. Wallahi, I wish I took care of my father more. And there'll also be people in here saying, you know what? I've done so much khidmah my whole life. I wish I did more. I've done khidmah my whole life. I wish I did more. Yeah, so may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for all of our sins. If your father has passed away, if your mother has passed away, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them with the highest status in Jannah. And the people whose fathers and whose mothers are still here, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also bless them with the highest status in Jannah. There's actually a brother that passed away, Mujahid Perez, from Pakistan. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him with the highest status in Jannah. May Allah forgive him for all of his sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turn all of his sins into good deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on him and all of his family. And my brothers and sisters, let today be the day that we start respecting our parents. Wallahi. Because once it gets taken away from you, that's only when you will realize that what you had was so precious. There's no one in this world that can replace your father and your mother. Go ahead and look around the world. Your girlfriend won't represent you. Your girlfriend, how long is she going to keep you happy? For those people who do. How long? She can't take the position of your mother. The people who have boyfriends, he can't take the place of your father. There's no one in this world that can replace those positions. Only them. So let today be the day that, you know what? Today I'm going to ask everything I can from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and forgive me for all the sins I've done to my parents. All the harsh sayings I've done to my parents. Let today be the day that's a new beginning. And if you came with your father or your mother today, after salah, go up to them. Ask for forgiveness. Hug them. Kiss them. When was the last time you did that? People in this room, they don't remember when was the last time they told their parents that I love you. When was the last time you actually hugged your father? The last time, probably some people say Eid. That was the only last time they hugged their father. When was the last time that you told your mother, I love you? When was the last time that you showed affection to your parents? You only show affection to your parents when you're in harsh times. When you're in good times, you forget about them. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for all our sins. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. أما بعد وقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. There's a story of a father. He was with his son. Now the father and the son, they were sitting together in the living room watching TV. When they were watching TV, the father says, "Son, what time is it?" So the son looks at his clock. It says, "Father, it's 9 o'clock." They continue watching TV. A minute passes by. The father again asks, son, what time is it? He looks at his clock, he says, father, it's 9:02. Again, he looks at the clock, he says, father. Again, the father asks the son, father, what time is it? He says, son, it's 9:03. Now the father again, he asks the son, son, what time is it? He says, son, it's 9:04. Why do you keep asking me the time? You're not doing anything. Why do you keep asking me? You keep asking me the time we're watching basketball. Why do you keep asking me? Another minute passes by. Son, what time is it? The son stands up and he starts yelling at his father. Why do you keep asking me for the time? You can't see the time or what? You can't see the time? You want me to get you another clock? The father's like, alright, just sit down. Okay, sit down. The father tells the son, and you know, when you were small, you used to ask me 60 questions in 60 minutes. You used to ask me 60 questions in 60 minutes. You would ask me, what time is it? I would say, son, it's 9:01. And I wouldn't just say it's 9:01. I would do what the dads will say, it's 9:01. And then you would ask me again, Dad, what time is it? I'll say, son, it's 9:02. I'll get more excited every time you would ask me. You would ask again, son, Dad, what time is it? I'll say it's 9:03. Every time you ask me what time is it, every time you ask me what time it was, I'll get so excited in my heart that I'm communicating, I'm connecting with my little son. And now that I asked you 3 times to ask you what time is it, you got so angry as if I did something to disrespect you. But it's okay, sit down, let's continue watching TV. The son's heart broke in half when he sat down. He didn't even know what to tell his father. He didn't even know what to tell his father. So my brothers and sisters, how much more can I say? How many more stories can I tell you? How many more hadith can I tell you? How much more do you want proof from the Quran that shows you that, look, respect your parents. You have to respect your parents. There's no other way. What? Do you feel confident in your heart? Do you feel good in your heart when you disrespect your mom? Do you feel good in your heart or what? Does it feel good to you that you can sleep at night knowing that your mother is sleeping to sleep? Do you feel good in your heart that you usually punch your father in the face? Now your father is sitting in the emergency room getting his stitches in his eye. Do you feel good about that? Do you feel confident about that? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, once he was sitting with all his companions. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that, you know that if you look at your parents with affection, if you just do a glance and you look at your father with love, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Allah will accept it in such a way as if you performed Hajj. As if you performed Hajj. Can you imagine that? So many people, we work our whole life just to gather money, just to go to Hajj. Imagine looking at your mother with love, looking at your father with love and affection. Look at what Allah is blessing you with. You get the equality of being able to go to Hajj. And now the Sahaba say, Ya Rasulullah, what if I look at my mother 100 times? What if I look at my father 100 times with love? He says, then it will be accepted as if you were to go to Hajj for 100 times. Can you imagine that? My brothers and sisters, let today be the day. Let today be the day that we stop doing all of this. If you know that you're that person that's been doing this your whole life, let today be the day. Let today be the day. That you know what, I'm going to go to my mother. If I know I haven't talked to my mother in so many years, I'm going to call her today. I'm going to ask for my forgiveness. I'm going to go and see her. Go take her out to eat. Make sure I give her my quality time. Because once she leaves this world, then you're going to start crying. But it's too late. Same thing with your father. If you know you and your father don't look at each other eye to eye, call your father. If your father is here, ask him for forgiveness. Make dua for your father. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for all of our sins. Amen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow every single one of us let every single one of us be able to speak to our parents nicely. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow every single one of us for our hearts to grow with the love for Allah. There's a lot of us, we act like we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but deep inside our hearts are black. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow every single one of us to communicate and get to be closer to each other. As brothers and sisters, if you know that one person is slipping away from deen, My brothers and sisters, try to grab them and bring them closer. If you have social media, use social media as a tool. Wallahi, social media is a tool. A lot of people think that, you know what, social media, I'm going to just post what kind of music I'm listening to. I'm just going to post that, you know what, I'm at the gym right now. If you want to work out with me, come work out with me. Use social media, my brothers and sisters. Use social media, post a surah. Post a page of Quran, anything. Wallahi, people pay attention. Wallahi, people pay attention. You wouldn't believe the things that I've done. Not me personally, but things that people do. And just from seeing a khutbah, just from seeing a speech, just from seeing a Quran ayah, just seeing a translation, you don't know, just those small things, people come back to Allah. You don't know, just from those smallest things. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us for all of our sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to use that tool. So give me salam.